Okay, we're going to look at using Moodle resources, activities, and blocks as part of your learning design. Moodle, whenever you turn editing on, provides you with the option of adding resources or adding activities. And resources generally tend to be a, a web page or a document or a link to a website that you've created. So let's go and have a look at some examples of resources. This is a developed learning activity, and in it I have a page to some instruction. So this is an HTML page, and I've been able to go and putting heading 1s, heading 2s, link to websites and the like. So that's nicely formatted. And then down here I have an actual link to a useful website. So if I click on this link, Moodle Tool Guide for Teachers, I get a link to a website for the support the activities. Incidentally, I recommend that you check out Moodle Tool Guide for Teachers, because whenever you come to start looking at the choice that you have with Moodle resources and activities, it can seem overwhelming. This Moodle Tool Guide for Teachers, for example, with Add a Resource, which we've just looked at, will tell you what you can actually achieve with it from a learning design pedagogical point of view. And it's useful to zero in on what to focus on from the choice of activities and resources. So if we go back to our Moodle course, I've got some text, but I've also got some activities from Moodle as well. So in this case here, I have what's called a forum, which is used for communication. And here I pose a question. After they've gone off and researched their website, what is your favorite Moodle.org content? So if we click on that, you'll see that I've been able to pose a question, and students have been able to go in and reply to that question. So the learning activity was to go and look at a website and then come in and report back on what they learned. Now Moodle is got a number of different activities that you can choose from, but you want to choose ones that's going to be appropriate to what you're trying to achieve from a learning design point of view. For example, if I look at a wiki activity that I've brought in, here I'm asking the students to go off and try something out. In this case here, explore and research a Moodle tool using that tool guide I showed you, and then report back to it. And with the wiki tool, a whole group of students can come in and co-edit content. So every single student can come in and add a link to the tool that they've looked at and what they've actually done with it from a design point of view. Now the reason I'm showing you this finished course here is that before you even start adding things to your course, you have to have a reason to do it. I've used the participate in e-learning template to plan beforehand what it is I was trying to achieve from a learning design point of view. And the template makes it easy because it gives me a prompt to look at an activity. Do I want it to be for an individual, online or face-to-face? And from that there, I've been able to start to draft up the actual instructions for the student. So for example, the wiki task we saw there, I've told in my learning design template, told the student to go off to a how-to Moodle course, and then as part of a proposed assessment, pick one of the Moodle tools, research its application. and share it in the wiki. So before I even open up Moodle, I have an idea of where I'm going from a teaching and learning point of view. So you as a beginner may find it a chicken and egg process in terms of thinking about which tool do I use. But I want to show you how easy it is once you've actually made that decision to add a tool. For example, if I wanted to add that HTML page for YouTube that I showed you, I simply come down to here and go compose a web page, add a resource, compose a web page, YouTube, give it a title, and then insert instructions. Save and return to course. Bring in the forum that we talked about. Click on activity and see all the different choice. Take your time to explore these here. I'll choose forum. What is your favorite Moodle.org content? I know it's a very simple question, but there's a lot of thinking underneath it. And then I would insert my instructions. So the point I'm making is the tool should not drive the learning design, and that it's very easy to dynamically create a course based on your teaching and learning skills and expertise using Moodle. You're using a lot of skills that you already have. So that's resources and activities. Let's look at blocks. Well, on the left and the right, you'll see that there's a number of blocks, and you can edit these blocks by clicking on either the little blue pencil and paper icon. In this case here, I'll click on important links, and I'll just put in a link to Moodle.org, and I'll highlight that there, insert my web link. I'll do targets new window, which means that that link will open up in a new window. So you can come in the template and configure this block to the key websites that your students should be looking at for your course, which is what I recommend. As I've said before, you can go through and you can delete blocks which you don't need. And similarly, you can actually go through, let's delete this block here. Similarly, you can go through and add blocks by simply clicking on add, and again, there's lots of choice. So summarize, focus on the learning design before you start adding resources, activities, or blocks. Familiarize yourself with what Moodle can do by going to the Moodle tool for teachers, or what I recommend, to moodle.org, and talk to your colleagues as well. Play with the tool, explore its possibilities, and over time, your learning design will become richer and richer. Thank you.